Tack Shop Wednesday. Choked up on y'all there. Should I try it again? Nah. Yes, I think my hair's combed. I just got off a Zoom call, so I've been staring at myself for a while. But all is good. I'm not quite as dressed up as I was last week. Anyhow, TCA's gone. It's in Oklahoma City now. Happy day. Save the date, everybody. Last weekend in September at the National Cowboy Museum. It's going to be a great time and a great show. Busy little beavers happening across America and Argentina right now, and Canada, as guys are working and producing for the show. Deadline's coming up, so lots of pressure. It's all fun. It's the greatest time of the year. I can promise you that. We're going to talk about decoration and design today, and I hadn't really thought about it, but there is a difference. And in you as a viewer of seeing this work, what is it that you're looking at? And if I talk about design and I talk about decoration, engraving is a decorative element. Is there a difference? What's the deal? Well, me personally, I'm a design guy. Like that's my peeve, right? That's my first thing that I'm going to look at. That's what I concentrate on the hardest, and that starts with a pencil. That is the very beginning thing that I do is how am I going to design the story that I'm about to tell in a belt buckle, in a bit, or a pair of spurs. Decoration is what I do within that design, and decoration is a part of that design. They're not separate, they are together. But decoration is the icing that you put on the cake. There is more to design than just the icing on the cake. So you get into function and if form and function is extremely important. You can buy a Mercedes, but if it doesn't drive, if it doesn't go, then it's not any good, right? So part of that design is in the function, the form of how. If you get form and function. If your design is a part of that function, function is a part of that design. If it's not usable, then it's irrelevant, in my opinion. So which is variable, right, between one customer and the next. California pair of spurs certainly looks a lot different than your arena team roper, right? There's a lot of differences there. What are you trying to accomplish with them? That's an element of the design. And then you get off into tastes and likes. What is it that you like? What is it that is important to you? Some people, the brand is important, their logo. So, man, if that logo, that brand isn't perfect, if it isn't bright and shiny, then they're really not happy. They want that there. The name, the initials, that's often important. Where then the other side is a person says, hey, I want my brand on there, but I want it inconspicuous. I want it in a spot where you kind of have to look for it a little bit. I've done some pieces like that. That's part of the design. Some people like flowers, some people don't like flowers. That's part of the design. It's also part of the decoration, but the design elements, I have a story to tell, and the design tells that story. Then, so where I put those flowers, that's decoration, but that's, am I confusing you yet? I'm still talking about design. It's where I put those flowers, where I put that brand, how big I put that brand, how little I put that brand. To me, that's more design, is from across the room, across the arena, is the design is what's going to be showing up. The function, and then you got the attention, the focal points, what is it that I'm looking at, what is it that I'm seeing. That's design. Then you start doing the deck. Do I want silver? Do I want gold? Which can also be part of the design from across the arena. But as you get in tighter and closer, the decorations is whether it's silver, whether it's gold, whether the flower is this or that, an acanthus leaf or western bright cut. Those are all the decorations, the frills and the spills that go on it. So That's probably not very well articulated out in my own mind, um, but I do believe there's important. Design is everything. Decoration is just the sparkles that you put on it, and it can be very important. Certainly, very important if you design the architecture of a piece before you ever put any kind of decoration on it, and that architecture is not pleasing to look at, then it's not worth decorating. Does that make sense? It's very, everything is a part of the design. Everything is part of art. My dad, when I first got started, y'all have heard me tell this story. I just want to be a bit and spur maker, Pop. I don't want to be an artist. When he said we better start talking about art and design, and I'm like, no. There's no way around it. Design starts in the very beginning, and then how you want to decorate that design is the next element of design. Anyhow, hope y'all doing good. We're rocking here. It's getting hot in Texas. It is June. It is supposed to get hot, and it's kind of dry. It's drying out. That's part of it. But anyhow, little deal. I'm headed to the beach. I look like I'm dressed for the beach. I'm headed to the beach tomorrow with my girls. We're gonna have a big old time. I will be seen if I take my shirt and my breeches off. I can promise you that. I'm gonna wear long shorts, probably wear a fishing shirt, so I won't be shining that bright, but things are white. I'm sure I'll blend right in with everybody there. But anyhow, we will see y'all next week, and we're gonna have a little follow-up next week. So to give y'all a little teaser of what we're gonna talk about next week is I've kind of laid out the difference between design and decoration there for a little bit, and how I view it. Well, then next week we're going to talk about when I look at something, what is it that catches, what are the 3 to 5 things that catch my attention first? What is it that I'm looking at first and foremost when I see those things? And it's a good thing that's next week, because I need to think about that and hopefully get it articulated a little more, because man, I'm looking at everything all at once. So what is the most important things? That'll be important. And and you as a viewer, a consumer, a fan of bits and spurs and metal work, I think it is important for you to kind of understand that as well, what you're looking at yourself, and it's going to change. Like I talked about, brands are important to some people, but they're not important to others. So you get to choose what is most important to you as well. But I'll kind of say it from my own perspective as a maker and a connoisseur, a critic. I'm a big critic, mostly my own work, but I critique the heck out of it. But anyhow, what it is that I'm looking at and what bothers me, what doesn't. Anyhow, we'll see y'all next week. Adios.